him. Lay down.
So hi, what's your name?
Julie.
Huh?
Julie.
Julie?
Julie.
Julian. How are you today?
I'm okay.
You're okay? All right.
Can I smoke a cigarette?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Bella, come in. Come over here. Look. Lay down. Lay down.
So, can you tell me your background, how you grew up, and just tell me your background.
So my name is Julie. My background is I was born in Missouri, Kansas City. I grew up in Nashville, Arkansas. I'm an only child. And my mom passed away when I was 13. I didn't know my real dad. I left home when I was 17. So, I've been to group homes. I've been to reform school. Back and forth to jail and prison. On the street for the last 6 years as my husband for 13 years. We've been together 13 years, and for the last 6 we've been homeless.
For the last 6 years?
Yeah, we've applied for help. We've had a motorhome, had a cars, had a job. We have a daughter together.
Where's your daughter now?
She's with my oldest son. I have 4 boys and 2 girls. All my kids are grown up except for her. She's 12.
They're the same husband?
Yeah. Well, no, not all the kids, no, but my daughter, yeah, she's with my husband. She's from him, yeah.
And where are your boys now? They're older.
The 2 oldest ones live out here. Like I said, my oldest one, he has my youngest daughter. The 4 boys are first, and then the 2 girls are last. They all live in, 2 live in LA, 2 live out here. And I have a daughter in TJ, and then my daughter out here.
So, for 6 years now, where have you been living? I know you said homeless.
When we came out here, we came for a CPS case, and we were on the street. When we came out here to Riverside from San Diego, I had my daughter with me, and we relapsed after 3 years, and we lost her in 2015. We got her back, and I lost her again, and I wasn't able to get her back, but my oldest son, who just got out of the Army, he was able to adopt her for us, and that's what he did. Him and his wife adopted our daughter for us. And so we've been out here, he's applied for a job. I'm trying to get Social Security. He's applied for jobs. He has the skills to do them, but it's just hard once you're homeless and you're actively in your addiction. It's hard. Well, we make it hard for ourselves to accomplish our goals that we had once. And I think the hardest thing is just getting up off the sidewalk and going and presenting yourself to the public, and never mind the ridicule or the looks or whatever. It's just the feeling of, man, I wish I could brush my teeth right now, or geez, I need to go to the bathroom, or I wish I could change my clothes. I haven't had a shower since it's been over 6 days. It's terrible, we actually, this man, he's a Christian man, and we were living over there by the Pep Boys, but they ran us out from there. But before that, this Christian man named Robert, he would always come down there, and once a month he would rent us a room at a motel. And this time he rented one for us, and we weren't able to make it because I had so much stuff that I couldn't get my stuff down there. And I gave the room away to my friend, and so I just haven't been able to take a shower. I dyed my hair the other day. I bleached it, and it was raining. I was rinsing it with cold water. My head was so numb. It was terrible, but you just try to maintain yourself and try to make the best of a bad situation.
Right. And what did you talked about addiction the other time? What are you addicted to? Heroin, fentanyl.
Everything except downers. The only downer I do is alcohol. I like uppers, like speed, coke. Downers, I don't mess with Betty. I don't do heroin. I like alcohol, weed.
So, would you say those contributed to this situation, or what really led to this situation?
What led me where?
To be homeless for now?
To be in my situation right now?
Yes. Bad choices, and not being able to have self-control. You mean like with finances and?
Yeah, just wanting instant gratification, and that's what most addicts want, is instant gratification, because that's what we get when we get high. We get instant gratification.
When you get high. And so you used to have your own place 6 years ago, correct?
Yeah, we used to have our own place. Like when I met my husband back in 2009, I had just gotten out of prison, and he also, I went through a job readiness program called Strive in San Diego, and he also went through it. We both had jobs at a towing company in Chula Vista, and so we were clean for over a year, and then we met, and then we were clean for another year when we got pregnant and relapsed. We relapsed, and we got back up on our feet. We stayed clean for 3 years, and when I met him, I had a car, he had a car. We both had jobs, we did good. We fell in love, and I believe that's why we're still together. 13 years, for the last 6 I've been homeless. It's really hard to be homeless and be in a relationship. It's really, really hard, especially on drugs. But I think what's maintained us is being in the fact that we fell in love sober. So we both know what we're capable of being, who we're capable of being, what we're capable of. So I believe that's what keeps us together, maintains us mostly for the most part. Having a place together was bomb, but I think that for me, because I'm an only child and I didn't have a lot of social skills, I have mental health issues, trauma from being on the streets, and I'm not much of a person that wants to be indoors all the time. Responsibilities. I can pay bills, and I know how to cook and take care of myself. But it's just part of it's the being responsible and getting up and going to work every day. Like some days are okay and some days aren't. When I'm not getting high, I'm supposed to be on medicine, psych meds, and so they help me sleep and they keep me from dreaming. Like, I have a lot of trauma, like I said. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, that's fine. So, have you ever had a jail time?
Yeah. When I came out here from Arkansas, like I just started going back and forth to jail. I was on the streets and just hustling, trying to maintain my addiction and survive. I thank Los Angeles County Jail system for giving me my GED, and keeping me safe and giving me, Civil Brand, it was back in the day in LA, was more of a rehabilitation center, and so is prison. Riverside County is the worst jail system I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing to do with rehabilitation here. It's all about incarceration and just the correctional system and you doing your time and sitting there and thinking about it. There's no rehabilitation at all. This is the worst jail system I've ever seen in my life. So, and I've seen, like LA, Portland, Riverside, San Diego, of all the jail systems I've been in, this is the worst. This is the worst place I've ever been homeless also. And Hemet, the police force is terrible. The one good cop they had got killed, and they're corrupt, they're privately owned, and they want it like that. Gatekeepers, they spread rumors about you to other homeless people if they don't like you, and to try to get you beat up and stuff. I don't personally have that problem, but I do have a couple of friends that are having that problem. It's just terrible.
So, you mentioned the addiction again. Is there one you're really addicted to?
Methamphetamines and crack.
Methamphetamines and crack.
Yeah.
You think that really contributed to all these mostly?
What contributes? What do you mean?
I mean, what the crack and all that? Do you think they really contributed to these? To
my homelessness?
Yes.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to go to work, and I wasn't able to pay my bills, and I lost my place, and I lost my child. And yeah.
But if you get help now, do you think you can go clean or?
I think that
because it starts with you.
Yeah.
It starts with you.
I've been in probably like 10 programs in my life, and I've completed 2 or 3 of them. And I think what I need is like to fill that void and to forgive myself, and that's really hard to do. Is to forgive yourself is really the hardest, to forgive yourself and to get over the nightmares and all the skeletons in your closet, and that's the hardest thing to do for me, anyways. That keeps me wanting to stay drunk or high out of my reality,
Yeah. But if you get required help, you think you'll do better? You make better choices, better changes?
Maybe. I'm 52 years old, and I've been on the streets since I was 17.
You're 52 and you've been on the streets since 17?
On and off, yeah.
So do you think this is more of a lifestyle now, and you won't be able to really cope if it's not the streets?
I think that what it is just it has become a lifestyle. I mean, it's not that I really like it. It's just that
You're used to it now.
No, I don't think I'm not used to it. It's just not having to worry about paying bills or I don't know. I think it's mostly about not having to worry about paying the bills, car payment, but just the responsibilities of normal life that everybody grows up and goes to school and learns to get a job and watches their parents do day in and day out, which I didn't have. I didn't have parents that were normal. I didn't have that example of a good upbringing or good work ethic.
Yeah.
My mom and I were very close, so I think that's why it was so hard for me to connect with my children. It was just the lack of being social and lack of knowing how to connect. And my husband's the only one that I really connected with, and him and I are pretty much inseparable. Yeah, except
good.
like right now, he went to the store to go get something to eat. But yeah, he's like
Cool. So, if you have to advise the younger ones, what would you have to say to them?
First of all, I would say that menthol cigarettes are not a gateway to drugs. And I'm really upset about that because I smoke menthol cigarettes and I'm really upset that they took them away. Vapes, flavored vapes, I can see. That I can see that being a gateway to young people learning to smoke cigarettes. Not necessarily menthols, but just learning to smoke cigarettes. Closest what? The closest what? Social Security office? It's over here off of Devonshire and Sanderson. Well, right before Sanderson, if you flip a bitch and go down to Devonshire, make a left, and it's going to be on your left-hand side right before you hit Rite Aid. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I would just tell them, weed, I would say that weed is a gateway. Stay in school, even if it sucks. You got it. Almost. There you go. Even though school sucks sometimes, try to find something that you really like a class that you thrive in, and a teacher that's a good example, and model that and drugs. When I grew up, smoking was glamorized and drugs were glamorized. Thank God now today they aren't. Sex is overrated. Relationships are overrated. Stay in school. Stay single as long as you can. Don't have children. And I wouldn't even advise it having children nowadays because, it's the end times. If anybody knows what that means, and the world is just not getting any better. It's getting worse, and it's going to be a sad place for children to have to grow up in one day. It's going to be really sad. Stay out of drugs. There's no hope in them. I think the only people that really profit from drugs are the drug dealers, and sooner or later that comes to an end also.
So if you could go back in time, you would stay away from drugs and everything like that?
If I could go back in time, would I stay away from drugs? I don't know if I not if I went back in time, I probably wouldn't, because it would be just like how it was when I grew up. It would be glamorized. But if I could start all over again now, then no, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have touched drugs. No.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.